Hello everyone. So I welcome you to Astro Science and today is Akshay Titiya and five planets are exalted, that is Sun, Moon, Rahu, Ketu, Mars are exalted today. Venus is in own sign and two planets are debilitated, that is Jupiter and Mercury. So today I have brought the planet Rahu for all of you, the planet which is responsible for all the obsession, the unsatisfaction within us, that desires to be fulfilled. I need that, I need that. All these things is ruled by Rahu. So today we will talk about that. So when we talk about Rahu or when we think about Rahu, the first thing which comes in our mind is Samudra Manthan, and that is the most important thing, that at that time when Samudra Manthan occurred, life was pretty okay. Life was going very smooth and beautifully. Then why it was required to have the Samudra Manthan? The beauty lies here. Whenever ignorance and arrogance controls our mind, takes over our mind, Man Manthan is required. Samudra Manthan is the magnified picture of that Man Manthan. Devraj Indra, that is the king of gods, out of immense power, he became ignorant and arrogant. That is what we call ahankari. He became very ahankari in nature, very arrogant and ignorant. And he did some bad works, and because of that, Maharshi Durvasa cursed him. He not only cursed him, he cursed all the gods. He told that the whole world will become Srihin, means Lakshmi, wealth, energy, beauty will be vanished and go into the depth of the ocean. And it happened within a moment. And that time God understood that what mistake they did. They actually, out of that ignorance and arrogance, they misused their power. Now they have understood that what mistake they did. So Samudra Manthan occurred. Now the Samudra Manthan occurred between the Asuras and the Devtas, because alone that gods couldn't do the churning of the great ocean, that is Samudra Manthan. They took the helps of the Asuras. Together they did that giant work of Samudra Manthan, because they knew that when the Samudra Manthan will occur, all the precious things will come off. Now here precious things can be gems, because gemstones came out. The precious thing was, the most important thing was Goddess Lakshmi. Goddess Lakshmi came out. And they decided that all of which will come out will be divided equally into the Dev and Asuras. The most important thing is that whenever we do Man Manthan, the first thing which comes out is poison. Because until and unless we take out the poison from our heart, we can't get the Amrit, we can't get the elixir of life. And the same thing happened. But the most surprising part is, we are able to take the Amrit, we are able to take the beautiful things, but we are not willing to take the bad things. We always want bad thing goes to else. We will not take it. The same thing happened. Poison came out. Neither the Devtas, neither the Asuras were willing to take the poison. But someone has to take it. Otherwise it would kill everyone of that universe. That time, Shiv, Mahadev, he took the halahal, that poison, the deadliest poison. He held that poison in his throat. And that is the reason he was also known as Nilkanta Mahadev, Nilkanta Shiva. And after that, when Amrit came out, there was a rush among the Asuras and the Devas that who will take that Amrit first. Because they wanted, both of them, that Asuras and Devtas, they wanted that they will take the Amrit. Only they have the actual hold or actual final say on that Amrit. So that came to be a very chaosful situation. That time Sri Vishnu took the form of Mohini, that very beautiful lady with mesmerizing eyes, charismatic personality. It is said that her eyes was so charismatic that she could hypnotize the person, whoever looks into her eyes. And she hypnotized all of the asuras and devas within a moment, within an instant. She asked the asuras to sit in one particular queue and asked the devatas to sit in one particular queue. When all this thing was going on, one of the asura named Swarabhanu, something came into his mind. He thought, is it so easy that devatas will give us Amrit so easily? I mean, is it a matter of joke or what? They are our brutal enemies, they are bitter enemies, and they will give us Amrit. Huh? Something is wrong. What we say? Dal mein kuch kala hai. And he was waiting for the perfect moment. He suddenly took the form of Chandradev, a form of disguise, and he left his community and sat in the community of devatas in that particular queue. And like all the devatas were taking the Amrit, he also took the Amrit. When he took the Amrit, Suryadev, that is sun god, Aditya, he complained, he was the first one to complain that particular man who is taking the Amrit in the form of Chandradev, he is not actually Chandradev, he is something else. He is in disguise of the form of Chandradev. And as soon as that, Mohini, who was also the form of Lord Vishnu, ordered the Sudarshan Chakra because she understood something is wrong. She ordered the Sudarshan Chakra and chopped off his head. But by that time, the elixir of life, Amrit, has already passed through the throat to his body. Now that was two separate entity. The head and the body were two separate entity. That head is named as Rahu and the body is named as Ketu. Rahu, since it was due to Chandradev and Suryadev, it all happened. Rahu became the bitter enemy of Surya and Chandra. Although Rahu or Ketu has no physical existence in the solar planetary system, they are only two cosmic planetary points. The apparent path of the sun, which we call ecliptic, and the apparent path of the moon, they intersect at 2 points. One point is called Rahu, another point is called Ketu. Rahu is also known as the ascending node and Ketu is also known as descending node. This I am talking about astronomically. They are actually two celestial points, 2 points in a cosmic plane, nothing else. But when you are talking about spiritually, when you are talking about the actual essence of Rahu, these things are important. So whenever sun, moon passes those 2 points, they get eclipsed. Astronomically I am speaking. Those are the 2 points when sun and moon passes, they gets eclipsed. So we say that Rahu is grasping sun, Rahu is grasping moon. Now since Rahu has left his community and sat in the community of the Devatas, it is also said that Rahu means he makes the natives follow the rules away from the norms of the society. Means if the society, if the sanskar, if the value will say something else, Rahu will make that person do something other. That is the reason Rahu also deals with foreign lands, because it is believed back in the days when people used to go to the foreign lands, it is believed that he might be in a very bad condition, because that time it was believed that now he has to follow the rules and regulation of that particular country. Now he has to eat the food of that particular country. He will not get the freedom which he used to get in the homeland. That was the reason that foreign lands were considered attached with Rahu. Rahu deals with cheating. Rahu deals with obsession, because his obsession to get the Amrit means Asuras will get, okay, but I will get it and I will get it by hook or crook. If I will get it, then why not disguise the form of devatas and sit there and get it? That means he can do anything for the fulfillment of his desires. That is the reason he compels the native that if you want your desires to be fulfilled, do anything and get it fulfilled. Oh, I want that particular dress. Rahul will say, yes, you want that particular dress, only that dress will make you beautiful. Get it. Get it now. So whenever you will get that dress, Rahul will say, no. You want that particular dress. This dress is okay, but that one is much more beautiful. Your desire should be that one, not this one. So when you get that particular dress, you will try to feel happy. But again Rahul will say, no. This is okay. Your desire should be that. Means Rahu will chase you until and unless you feel that the desires are not meant for this particular life. Our desires can only be fulfilled when we follow, when we channelize our energy, when we control our mind in a spiritual and enlightening path, which can only be obtained by following the path of God, by following the path of scriptures. Otherwise, the desires, the obsessions will chase us day and night. It will make us cry, because when we don't get our desires fulfilled, what happens? It leads to frustration. It leads to do the bad works. It leads to do cheating, because now when we are not getting it in a correct way, we will follow some other way. Because it is a very famous saying, सीधी उंगली से घी ना निकले तो उंगली टेढ़ा कर दो. Means that is Rahu. Because now he will compel you to do something bad work. Rahu is fantasy. Rahu is anything which is not true, because he took the form of Chandradev, and that was not actually Chandradev, it was Rahu. So it is anything which is not true, that is Rahu. Because when we look in television, when we look at any web series, or when we look at any entertainment industry, any movies going on, we see that the ending is very good, or that hero or heroine is so beautiful, that shiny hairs, beautiful eyes, nice looks. That should be the aim of the life. That is Rahu. Because now it is compelling us to get obsessed with that particular thing, with that particular desire of our life. It is taking away from this reality, it is taking away from what is truth to that fantasy world. Some La La Land, something heavenly type structure, means, oh my God, that is the extreme. So that is Rahu. That is the obsession. Means when we try to control that obsession, then only we can get the blessing of Rahu. When the head of Rahu was chopped off, he took the form of a snake. That is the reason snakes are also signified by Rahu. That means Rahu also signifies poison. So nowadays poison can be anything which can kill us. It can be drugs, it can be medicines. Yes, if medicines are taken in a wrong way, it can be poisonous. The best example is drugs. So drug addiction can be called as Rahu, because any sort of addiction or obsession is Rahu. Rahu is a smoky planet. Means air element is associated with Rahu. That is cigarette smoking is Rahu. Any sort of addiction. Now since it is the airy element, so Wi-Fi, Bluetooth or any technological devices can be Rahu, because it is a new invention, it is a new development. Anything which is away from the society, anything which is not following the norms of the society, something new, something innovative, that is Rahu. So when we get that particular thing, we see no, this cannot be the final, something else is required. Something else is required, that is Rahu. Means it will make you obsessed. Oh no. This is good, okay, this is good. But this is not the ultimate. I will try to give you something else. Take it, make it, or snatch it by any will you want. That is Rahu. That is the reason it says that Rahu influenced persons, they can try to achieve anything in their life by using Sam, Dam, Dand, Ved. Means if they can achieve it by love, they will achieve by love. If they can't achieve by love, they will try to bribe you. That is Dam. If they can't achieve it by Dam, then they will try to punish you. That is Dand. They will try to terrify you. And even if they can't achieve it by that, they will try to use the divide and rule policy. But they will try to achieve it, because the final aim is to achieve that desire, that obsession. Because now they are obsessed with that fantasy world, that if I don't get that particular mobile phone, I am not happy. Even if I get that particular mobile phone, I want that particular thing, because Rahu is telling you, no, you are not happy. When you get that particular thing, then you will become happy. Then people will recognize you. You will have a name, fame in the society. Go take it, take it. That is desires all about. So, whenever we talk about Rahu in this particular sense, the most important thing is that why Rahu chases us. Sorry, why Rahu chases us? Because whenever we channelize our desires, when we channelize our mind, our psyche in a controlled manner, in a good manner, we follow the path of enlightenment. That time Rahu will see that now the desires are under control, so Rahu will be under control. That is what Rahu teaches us. Because if our desires are not under control, Rahu will chase us till the end of our life, till next life also. It will chase us, because it is the final obsession. It is the obsession which is not fulfilled, which we desire. That is Rahu. So when we attain God, there will be no existence of Rahu. Means that time Rahu will in fact bless us spiritually. So this was my video from the point of Rahu. Hope you have liked it, and if you have liked the video, then put your precious comments in the comment box and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. So next time when I come back, I will be bringing the video on Ketu, the body of that Swarbhanu. So next time, bye bye. Thank you.